Domestic fowls present the reality of life. The first to grab a food item takes off with speed, the others chase after it. You're welcome, viewers. In this episode, we're going to a new paper. Our last tabloid was of March 31st to April 2nd. Well, the next paper near to that I've got is the edition of April 28th to 29th. The others, like I always explain, either I didn't get to buy or something, or it's still missing somewhere. And this is the paper. So you see the girl. I hope it were her husband she's holding on to like that. Hmm? I hope you can read the titles yourself. Editor caned in public. Man eats, oh God. Well, I won't read it now, but you can see. Hmm? Man eats human. Page 2. Gold found on Mars. So what we are hearing today is no news. It's been there. Gold found on Mars. That's page 2. Page 3. Uh, let's go to page 4. Page 4, the most flattering prints, like I always say, is women's column. Page 5, I suppose, another women's column, I suppose. So pages 4 and 5, no, page 4 is Naked Face. It's a story. It's a series, one in a series. Uh, oh my God. Pages 8 and 9. Pages 8, The Entrepreneur. How to build a media profile. Route to the top. How to get serious but keep the spark. Relationships. The life mistake you don't know you're making. Not in front of the children. Oh my God. Subtle signs he digs you. He dig here meaning he feels you. He feels for you, or he admires you. Uh, we now go to pages 10 and 11. Page 10. Yes, share a thought. Share a thought. The rat poison. Campus life. The rat poison. It happened to me from the brink of death, part 1. Then, my deepest regret. And that is page 10. So let me show you pages 10 and 11. That's page 10. And this is page 11. We go to, oh my God, did I say pages? Page 10. Oh my God, page 11 isn't there. I suppose I removed it. Page 11 isn't there. That's so it was page 10 and then page 13 rather that I showed you. So pages 10 and 13. So here is rather, oh my God, yeah, yeah. Here is rather page 13. Mm. Now we go to pages 14 and 15. Basically sports. Mm. They deal basically with sports. Ghana falls to 61st in FIFA rankings. No, the sports. And here is notice boards. Page 14 is notice board. Classified education, contact, whatnot. Um, oh my God. Okay. Editor King in public. Let's see where it is, what page it is on. All right, let me read what I read already. Gold found on Mars, on the planet Mars. Gold found on the planet Mars. Pardon me. Getting itchy inside there. It's no flame, but just getting itchy inside there. Pardon me. Gold found on Mars. Star City, Russia. Hyphen. Gold has been discovered on the planet Mars. Dash. And greedy prospectors are so desperate to get there first. Oh, mankind. Huh? It's just like what I just read. Fowls presenting the reality of life. It's coincidence anyway. I didn't know this. That was what I would treat. It's mere coincidence. Hmm? And greedy prospectors are so desperate to get there first, comma, they actually inventing newer and faster methods of space travel. But because of the high cost of space travel, most of the people looking looking to mine Mars are incredibly wealthy. Mine is Mine. That's to get the gold, to mine the gold in Mars. Most of the people looking to mine Mars are incredibly wealthy. Paragraph. Unlike the famous Californian gold rush of 1848, when anyone could throw a rock pick, gold pan, and sifter onto the back of a mule and head west to seek his or her fortune, the road to Mars's wealth has a toll that is much higher than the average person's pocket change. Full stop. Going to Mars could cost anywhere from $20 on the cheap side to much more than $4 million. I think $20 could be a mistake. I don't know whether it's okay. Let me read what I see. Hmm? Uh, Going to Mars could cost anywhere from $20 on the cheap side to much more than $4 million on the high side. Maybe it means $20,000, not $20. Maybe. Hmm? Okay, on the cheap side, oh, sorry, on the high side, says Yuri Raskolnikov. Says Yuri Raskolnikov, Russian name, I suppose, a former cos, a former cosmonaut training facility. It's not a human being, but it's facility. Says Yuri Raskolnikov, a former cosmonaut training facility. Full stop. Paragraph. Raskolnikov says it's classic. Raskolnikov is spelled Raskolniv. Raskolnikov says it's a classic case of the rich getting richer. Full stop. Who else could afford to go? Question mark. Certainly, not someone like not someone like Oleg, our right janitor, who could really use a stick in a gold mine. Pardon me, viewers. In a gold mine. And Raskolnikov isn't far off. The insanely high cost has definitely sparked gold fever among those who already have unimaginable riches. You see, the more you get, the more you want to get. The more you have it, the more you want to have it. Mm. Like alcohol. Mm. Among those who already have unimaginable riches. Full stop. Bernard Monument of Denmark, Germany, is one of who once let me read what I say. Is one of who wants to get there first. Is one of who wants to get there first. He's reportedly worth billions and has used his incredible riches to steal away top engineers and astronauts from the beleaguered Russian space program. Hmm, what's the name? What's the name? And Bernard Mulenet. Bernard Mulenet of Denmark, Germany, is one of those. Okay, the Germans may know him, the Westerners may know him. I hope he's still alive. Anyway, I'm listening to this. Okay, paragraph. He and his team are busy making modifications to an old Soyuz rocket he bought when he heard the news. Full stop. And then there's multi-billionaire FG Goldtooth. FG Goldtooth. I hope he's also alive still. Sorry, FG Goldtooth Whitmire, a former US citizen who has vowed to give Monument some healthy competition. I told you. The fowl takes off and others chase after him. Get a grab of him, he takes off. He doesn't waste time at all. Speed! See others running. So that's what is happening here. Hmm? Like I said, it's crazy that I never knew this was the story I was going to read. I never opened it before now. So, and then there's multi-billionaire FG Goldtooth Whitman, a former US citizen, who has vowed to give Monument some healthy competition. Full stop. My great 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 granddad struck gold in the 1800s. You hear Monument. No, you hear Whitman. I suppose this is Whitman, this is Gold Tooth Whitman talking. My great great great, followed by hyphens. My great 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 granddad struck gold in the 1800s. Witness said during a phone interview from his island compound. So yes, Golden Witness said, mm, That's the challenger. Let's call him challenger. Whitmer, during a phone interview from his island compound, he continues, I'd like to continue the family tradition by being the first one on earth to get at the mass deposit. Yes, when the first fowl to grab for that item, yes. And when he grabs it, people will then start chasing him. Oh my God. Hmm? Okay, paragraph. Let me go back. Let me go back. Let me repeat that. I'd like to continue the family tradition by being the first one on earth to get a Mars deposit. Full stop. Paragraph. The news of the gold on Mars leaked out to media outlets just days after the thermal emission image thermal emission imaging system of NASA's Mars Odyssey 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 orbit aircraft detected the first veins of gold in a canyon named Condor Chasma. Full stop. Raskolnikov says when he and his colleagues saw the massive thermal, yes, when he and his colleagues saw the massive thermal fingerprint for gold on the images from the spacecraft, we went crazy. Yes, he's telling the truth. We went crazy. Full stop. Hmm? Uh, then, and that crazy reaction Raskolnikov describes is also shared by a great number of people, a fact that has begun to stir cautionary dialogues in the space community. Yeah. So that's it. They're like fowl. We are like domestic fowls, hmm? But with brains higher than them. That's all. But the scenario is the same. Hmm? Okay. Thermal fingerprint of gold on the images from the spacecraft. We went crazy, and that crazy reaction that Raskolnikov describes is also shared by a great number of people, a fact that has begun to stir cautionary dialogues in the space community. Paragraph. I'm afraid this could have disastrous results for the general public, says one top level scientist at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in California, NASA's lead center for robotic exploration of the solar system. Paragraph. I'm afraid people are going to try and start building rockets in their own backyards to fly to Mars themselves without having the technological means and know how. Gold fever may lead to a lot of people blowing themselves to smithereens. He says, blowing themselves to smithereens. He says, smithereens is spelled Smithereens. So, done with that story. Okay, there are pictures here about Mars, vehicles such as the Mars Odyssey spacecraft sent home thermal images that show the location of Martian gold deposits. Then, vehicles such as the Mars rover could be fitted with mining equipment by would-be gold miners. So these are the pictures. Okay. Uh, let's go to. Okay, let's go to the story under that. Snake and eagle team up for murder. Snake and eagle team up for murder. A deadly viper. Snake and eagle. Okay. A deadly viper and a clever eagle got together and viciously murdered two people. Dash. And some believe the bird was acting out of revenge. We've had some reports of hunters of hunters' illegal shooting at the eagles in the area, says a corps in Iran, where the astounding attack occurred. Maybe the eagle decided to get even. Paragraph. According to one of the two survivors, the eagle dropped the viper into the back seat of a car. Eh? According to one of the two survivors, the eagle dropped the viper into the back seat of the car, carrying four people along a road outside Tehran. Full stop. The snake bit the two rear seat passengers, who died instantly from the snake's venom. The terrifying attack caused the driver, 33-year-old man from Turkey, to lose control of the car and it crashed. He and his front seat passenger were injured, but luckily they escaped being bitten because the snake was thrown from the car by the impact of the crash. So the snake and the eagle, are they human beings or were they human beings? In Africa here we say that we're witches. Oh yes, Plain for Africans, we say the eagle and the snake are witches. Human beings turned snakes and eagle. Wonderful. My friend Ole will say wonderful. Oh my God. Okay. Snake was thrown from the car by the impact of the crash. Paragraph. I noticed the eagle flying over us for about 5 miles, said a crash survivor. Says a crash survivor, Danish Ramanan, 32 of Tehran. It stayed right with us the whole time. It even it even slowed down and sped up whenever we did. Hey, I didn't notice the snake until the eagle suddenly swooped down and dropped it on our friends. This is war. Huh? This is war. I don't know whether to call it Gulf War or First World War or Ukraine War. This is what they were fighting the occupants of the car. Okay. Ornithologists are baffled by the strange attack, saying eagles rarely team up with other species to hunt their prey. But given their intelligence, yes, this is intelligence, but given their intelligence, one of the experts says it's not such a stretch to imagine. It's not such a stretch to imagine. So these are signs. These are signs in the tablets, signs in the holy books, demonstrated in the tabloids. The holy books won't tell us everything that we need. Okay, let's go to another story. Our media and peaceful coexistence. I think this is a Ghanaian affair only. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can read the first paragraph. It's an open secret that the media, be it electronic or print, plays a very significant role in the development of any nation. Uh, the rather indispensable role of the media is manifested in the fact that it's often referred to as the fourth estate of the realm. Full stop. This means that the media is the next important institution after the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. Okay, let's see whether we can add another paragraph. The media does not only put institutions of the state on their toes, but also ensures accountability and coexistence. Full stop. Indeed, some countries over the years have been thrown into states of confusion and at times uncontrollable religious and ethnic conflicts due to just one misguided statement made on air or its publication in the papers. I think we should finish it, especially Rwanda. Is it, I think Rwanda and the Tutsis and the Hutsis. Mm. So I agree. Okay, let's go. Maybe he's talking about that. Maybe this is talking about that. The next paragraph. The Miss World pageant, the Miss World pageant, which was originally scheduled for Nigeria for the first time, had to be cancelled at the last minute due to an irresponsible statement a journalist made. I remember reading this story. Yes, it is therefore clear that whether or not a nation enjoys peace, stability, and development, chaos, chaos does not come about because of certain actions of politicians who are at the realm of affairs, but to a large extent as a result of the errors of the media. So, media man, Kunjiko, Kunjiko means have you heard in Hausa? Have the media men heard Kunjiko? Hmm? Okay, of the media, errors of the media. Paragraph. PMP is therefore worried by some recent publications in sections of the media, which, if not snapped in time, might lead not only to political conflicts but also ethnic ones. Ethnic ones. Next paragraph. Even though the media virtually mirrors societal issues, the media also reserves the right not to use stories or misguided statements made by politicians which have the potential of breeding hatred and conflict. Paragraph. We therefore call on all our colleagues in the media to avoid acts that are likely to create enmity and chaos, but rather act as partners in socio-economic development by playing a pivotal role in ensuring that the majority of our people live in peace and enjoy economic development. Last paragraph. The PMP, that's people and places, the Nigerian edition which came earlier was Prime People. Prime People came before PMP. Okay. The PMP believes that our media practitioners must limit their focus on politicians and personalities and rather cast their searchlights on issues of social and economic interest. Uh, Vultures attacking the living. Another story. Vultures attacking the living. Vultures attacking the living. Vultures are scavengers preying on dead carcasses they find on the ground. Dash. At least that's what everyone thinks. Full stop. But some of these brutal birds are actually going after people who are perfectly healthy. Maybe they want to try fresh flesh. They want to try fresh flesh instead of carcasses. They're tired of that. They need a change. Pardon me for saying that. It's no joke anyway. It's no joke when vultures attack human beings. Mm. Okay. The vicious vultures are attacking walkers in a forest near Frankfurt, Germany. Full stop. One terrified teenager was badly cut up and had to get a rabies shot after a buzzard swooped down and started clawing and biting him after knocking the kid to the ground. Hey, after knocking the kid to the ground. Okay. Full stop. None of the victims had threatened or harassed the buzzards, and nesting season is over. So experts say the birds probably aren't protecting their young. Okay, so it wasn't that they had young that they were protecting from the humans. They were just attacking for no reason. Mm, I don't know what to call it, whether it's forest war or forest or vulture war. So it's either forest war or vulture war or forest vulture war. Okay, the ant protecting the young. Last paragraph. It really is strange matter. Yes, very strange indeed. It really is strange matter, says baffled environmentalist Thomas Norgan. Full stop. It doesn't fit into their pattern of behavior at all. It doesn't fit into their pattern of behavior at all, says Thomas Norgan. Thomas Norgan. So science, these are science. Science in the tabloids. The origin of which is coming is in the scriptures. Oh, we're going to page. That was page two. Page two, foreign news. Yes, that was page two, foreign news. We go to page three. Uncle does it to nieces. Hey, uncle uncle does it to nieces. In Ghana, here, when you want to say uncle, offer, Rafani. So uncle does it to nieces. Then editor came in public. Woman loses finger over laugh. Oh, juicy stories, I will call them. Youth banish suspected wizard from town. I told you, uh, this human attacks human attacks affairs would have been labeled as witches. These people would have been labeled as witches. Mhm. So the last part is very disgusting, but man eats human fat. Let me represent it by FS or FCS. I don't know. Okay, editor came in public. Uh, the news editor of Ash 101.1 FM, a Kumasi-based radio station, escaped death narrowly on April 12th when he allegedly came face to face with a group of well-built robbers at Abu Abu, a suburb of the Garden City, that's Kumasi. The robbers, paragraph, the robbers who allegedly dispossessed Mr. Samuel Eni of his Siemens cell phone and an mount. Oh, the amount is not the same amount. And an amount, okay, and an amount. Let me correct it. And an amount of 70,000 CDs also added insult to injury when they reportedly ordered him to lay flat on the ground as they subjected him to severe beatings. Hmm. Their reason, question mark. Their reason, question mark. They were they were enraged by the fact that the well-dressed editor did not have enough money on him, and thus was being punished for that offense. Yeah, he was just punished for that offensive conduct. What conduct? Not having enough money on him. Can you imagine that? They only got a phone and they searched him and they didn't have enough money. So asked him to lie down, and they beat him well, or bad. I don't know why. Because he didn't have enough money. That's his crime. That's jungle justice. Oh my God. Okay. Did not. Let me repeat that part. Their reason, question mark. They were enraged by the fact that the well-dressed editor did not have enough money on him, and thus was being punished for that offensive conduct. So if you don't have money, don't dress well. Just dress shabbily like a madman, like somebody who doesn't have money. But you don't have money and you dress more than the rich people. My brother, if the armed robbers get you, they will not spare you. Hmm? Okay, paragraph. Narrating his horrible ordeal to PMP, Mr. Enen related that on the day of the incident, a Saturday, he was returning home after attending a dead relative's funeral at about 8:30 p.m. It's not even dark when he suddenly met the four macho men. Macho is those who have built their bodies well, and those who train their bodies like boxers, like wrestlers. When he suddenly met the four macho men at the Ababu post office area. The four suspected robbers immediately surrounded him before he could utter a word. One of them pulled out a sharp knife, gave him some dirty slaps, and ordered him to hand over to them everything he had on him. Full stop. Before he could say Jack, the robbers conducted a search on him and subsequently took the phone and money, after which they complained that the money on him was too small. Is it yours? Eh? Oh my god. After complaining, the money on him was too small. Paragraph. Uh, to make up for his crime, he was made to lay flat on the ground and was given some lashes, after which he was charged to endeavor to carry more money next time. For them, let me add my own words. For them, he was charged to carry more money next time. For them, for the robbers. Oh my God. Any who sustained minor injuries on the body told PMP that he suspected his attack was politically motivated, as the robbers reportedly told him to watch the kind of things he said on air. From Foster Ohene, from Ohene Foster Kumasi. I say Ohene Foster is not the real name. It's a fake name. I know him very well. Okay. Uh, Uncle does it to nieces. That's what. Yes, I know you can guess. When a man and uncle, they say uncle does it to nieces. That's what. Finishes them. Finishing being my word. Eh? That's what he has finished them. Eh? Uh, Resident of Ifiakuma, residents of Ifiakuma, a suburb of Takoradi in the western region, are yet to come to terms with with the abominable act of the with the abominable and startling behavior of a popular businessman, Mr. Kwesi Eniful, who allegedly drugged and raped his 17-year-old twin nieces. Haba, haba. Huh? Although the 40-year-old Mr. Eniful initially denied the victims' allegations, describing them as a deliberate attempt to drag his name in the mud. Do you have a name? To drag his name in the mud? He has presently vanished into thin air and is being sought by the police to answer the incest charge hanging on his neck. If it's not true, why don't you stay and say, why do you vanish into thin air? Why do you bolt? Okay. Paragraph. According to the twin victims, on April 5th, their uncle, whose wife and children were out of town, invited them to his house under the pretext of sending them to the just ended National Festival of Arts and Culture, NAFAC, National Festival of Arts and Culture, into brackets, NAFAC, grounds, NAFAC grounds in Sekendi, to witness the proceedings. However, upon arrival in the house, they alleged that their uncle told them that the day coincided with his birthday and that he wanted them to join him celebrate a mini party at home before, before going to the NAFAC venue. They have no stories to say. Their excuses are so mean. So mean. Are so demeaning. Let me say so. Are so mean. Mm? The explanations are so mean. Uh-huh. Wanted them to join him celebrate a mini party at home before going to the NAFAC venue. The twins told PMP that Mr. Eninfo then headed for the kitchen and returned after some time with 3 glasses filled with drink, together with some biscuits, and subsequently served them. Kai! Evil intentions. Huh? Okay, according to the elder niece, after being served with a drink, she could not recollect what happened until she suddenly woke up some hours later lying in her uncle's bedroom, almost naked. Adding, I realized I had been raped, so I quickly rushed out to the sitting room, only to find my sister in a similar posture, still asleep. Hey. She stated that since their uncle was nowhere to be found at the time, she woke her sister up and they rushed home to inform their mother about their plight. Hmm. Oh my God. May God forbid for some of us to attempt even think of that. Hmm. Last paragraph. However, when Mr. Enimful was reportedly confronted, he denied ever raping his nieces and said the girls who had had a change of mind about visiting Nafak and opted to stay back were watching a movie when he left the house and that it was likely they might have fallen asleep and probably were raped by an intruder. Abba! Hmm? He took to his heels immediately the case was reported to the police and has not been found at the time of going to press by PMP reporter Takradi. I don't know. Sometimes all I you can say is like sex is spiritual. Hmm? When it gets into your head, you don't think of anything again. Hmm? Okay, woman loses finger over love. That's the next story. Woman loses finger over love. A seemingly petty quarrel that ensued between two young ladies in Kofurudua earlier this month has resulted in the maiming of one. Full stop. The victim, Gladys Ofori, had one of her left fingers chewed by Georgina O'Day, 28, a trader. 28, a trader. PMP learned that the cause of the misunderstanding between the two was over a young businessman, James Ajay. Further investigations revealed that on the day of the incident, both Gladys and Georgina met in Ajay's room, who is their boyfriend. Paragraph. According to Gladys, when Georgina came to her in the room, they exchanged greetings, after which she asked of the whereabouts of Mr. Ajay. Gladys, however, said she did not answer the question. Gladys added that Georgina later walked out of the room and entered the main house, where she was told that Mr. Ajay had gone out. She later came back to the room looking furious, started raining insults on her. Gladys said though Georgina annoyed her, she considered the fact that she was an elderly woman and therefore kept mute. In other words, Georgina was an elderly woman and so kept mute. Mm. She said that as she sat quietly on the bed in the room, Georgina suddenly attacked her. According to a full stop, according to Gladys, Georgina pushed her down from the bed, held her finger, pushed it into her mouth, and as if possessed, bit off half of the finger. Paragraph. She said that in retaliation, she also used an object she could not tell what it actually was to hit Georgina's forehead during the struggle, and she also fell down. Meanwhile, the man was not present. Eh? This attracted some co-tenants in the house to the scene, who separated them. They later rushed her to the police station to report the incident. Full stop. Gladys was issued with a medical form with which she went to a hospital for medical treatment. I think I remember this story, yes. Mm. The police later arrested Georgina from her house. Full stop. During interrogation at the police station, Georgina is reported to have admitted biting Gladys' finger. Full stop. She said it was Gladys who attacked her first with a bottle. Full stop. She, she added that she sustained a deep cut on her forehead, comma, and fell down. So when she got up, she also got hold of her finger and bit it as a payback. You see how she has turned the story round. Turned the story up 180 degrees. Anyway, I wasn't there. Let's believe that that is the case. The police, after their investigations, have sent the case to the Kofurudua Circuit Court, and Georgina has since been remanded in police custody to appear in later date by Solomon Nwodo. By Solomon Nwodo. I think we should stop here. We will reserve the two last stories to our for our next video, and they are youth banish suspected wizard from town. Man eats human. FS. Mm. The word is that's the expelled matter from the belly. Expelled matter from the alimentary canal. Mm. Man eats human. It's nasty. Okay. So, viewers, all I can say is thank you very much, Ilalika Ibabai. May God be with